You're born into nothingness, no memories, no past, and definitely no future. 1 second, you're just a concept floating in the void. The next, you're slapped into existence with stubby legs, a permanent frown, and no arms to even scratch your head with. You'd think there'd be some kind of initiation or onboarding process, but no, there's only the cold, unshakable reality that you're a Goomba. The factory floor you hatch on doesn't feel like home. It feels like a production line for disposable coffee cups. You're not unique, not special. You're one of thousands, churned out as part of Bowser's master plan. But what is that plan? Nobody tells you. All you know is that your entire purpose is to serve as a minor obstacle in some plumber's never-ending sprint through the Mushroom Kingdom. You're not the villain. You're not the sidekick. You're a literal speed bump. And the worst part? You'll never even meet Bowser. You don't get to shake his claw, thank him for the gig, or even hear an evil pep talk. From the moment your tiny feet hit the ground, instinct takes over. No one teaches you how to be a Goomba. It's baked into your DNA. You start patrolling a small, insignificant strip of land, marching back and forth like some brainwashed mall cop. Why are you doing this? Who knows? You just know it's what you're supposed to do. There are no weapons, no cool gadgets, no special powers. You're not like the Koopas with their fancy shells or the Hammer Bros chucking projectiles left and right. Heck, even Abu gets to be scary. You've got nothing but your squishy little mushroom head and an unwavering sense of duty. And here's the kicker. You can't even jump. Your job, if you can even call it that, is to slow down Mario. Not stop him. Just mildly inconvenience him. Think about that for a second. Your life's mission isn't to win, it's to delay. You're the equivalent of a please wait loading screen. And then, before you can process the existential dread, he shows up. Mario. The first time you see Mario, you don't know what to expect. He's not some hulking monster or flashy superhero. He's just a guy. Short, stocky, wearing overalls that look like they haven't been washed in years. He even seems kind of clumsy, bounding toward you with a goofy, almost carefree energy. But don't let that fool you. Mario is no mere plumber. He's a juggernaut, a force of nature. He doesn't hesitate, doesn't flinch, doesn't stop to negotiate. The moment he locks eyes on you, you know one thing. You're done for. His boots, perfectly crafted for stomping. His reflexes, flawless. You, a humble Goomba, are nothing more than a target. A single leap, a satisfying crunch, and that's it. You're reduced to a puff of smoke and a sad little bloop sound effect. No dramatic fight, no last words, just a squish, and you're gone. And it's not just Mario you have to worry about. If Luigi's tagging along, it's double the trouble. He might look like the less competent brother, but don't be fooled. He's every bit as ruthless. Together, they're an unstoppable duo, leaving a trail of flattened Goombas in their wake. Let's say, by some miracle, you survive Mario's initial assault. Maybe he jumps too early, or maybe you're lucky enough to be stationed on a platform he skips entirely. Congratulations. You're now part of the elite 1% of Goombas who aren't immediately squished. But don't get cocky. This is just the beginning of your nightmare. The Mushroom Kingdom is a relentless gauntlet, and you're caught right in the middle of it. Spinning fire bars, falling platforms, piranha plants snapping at anything that moves. It's like living inside a giant Rube Goldberg machine designed specifically to take you out. And if Mario's not stomping on you, he's probably hurling a fireball your way. You don't get time to rest, reflect, or plan your escape. Your life is a constant game of survival against an enemy with endless tools at his disposal. Power-ups, invincibility stars, shells that ricochet like heat-seeking missiles. Every new ability Mario gets makes your existence just a little more miserable. And then there's the worst moment of all, when he picks up a Starman. The instant that jaunty, unstoppable music starts playing, you know it's over. You can't outrun him, can't outwit him, can't do anything but stand there and accept your fate as he barrels toward you with godlike invincibility. As you survive longer, your role in Bowser's army evolves. No more simple patrol routes. Now you're stationed in more dangerous areas. Bridges over lava pits, narrow platforms above bottomless chasms, even Bowser's castles. These aren't promotions. They're death sentences. The environments are hostile, filled with hazards designed to stop Mario, but more likely to take you out first. You're dodging thwomps, fireballs, and hammer bros, while still trying to fulfill your primary mission, be an obstacle. It's a cruel twist of fate that the tools meant to defend Bowser's kingdom end up being your biggest challenges. And let's talk about teamwork, or the lack of it. You might think the Goomba squad would band together for mutual survival, but no. Everyone's too busy marching in mindless, robotic patterns to care. You're on your own, a single pawn in a chaotic game of chess where Mario always plays 3 moves ahead. Just when you think things couldn't get worse, Bowser decides to upgrade you. Suddenly, you've got wings. You're now a Paragoomba, soaring majestically through the air. But here's the problem. Wings don't make you safer. They just make you an easier target. Now Mario doesn't even have to time his jumps perfectly. He can take you out mid-air, landing a hit that feels even more humiliating than the ground stomp. And if you think flying gives you any tactical advantage, think again. You're still stuck in predictable patterns, fluttering back and forth like an airborne punching bag. Occasionally, you might be part of a Goomba tower, stacked precariously on top of your fellow unfortunate comrades. This setup looks intimidating, but is in reality just a fancier way to meet your end. Mario will inevitably find a way to topple the entire stack, usually with a well-aimed Koopa shell or an acrobatic leap that sends all of you flying off the screen. At this point, you start to question everything. What's the point of it all? Why do Goombas even exist? You're not a villain. You're not even a challenge. You're cannon fodder, destined to be defeated over and over again in the same predictable ways. And yet, there's a strange sort of pride in it. Sure, Mario stomps you without a second thought, but you're part of something bigger. Without you, his journey would be too easy. You're the unsung hero of his adventure, the minor inconvenience that makes his triumphs feel earned. Eventually, your time runs out. Whether you're squished, burned, or knocked into a pit, your story always ends the same way. But as you fade into nothingness, another Goomba is born in Bowser's factory, ready to take your place. The cycle continues, an endless loop of creation, sacrifice, and squishy demise. So yeah, it sucks being born as a Goomba, but in a weird, twisted way, it's also kind of noble. You're not here to win, you're here to make Mario work for it. Even if your moment of glory lasts only a second, it's a second that matters. Because without Goombas, there's no adventure, only an empty, obstacle-free road. And where's the fun in that?